Shout out to our sponsors. First one, Inverted Gear. Go to www.invertedgear.com. Type in the coupon code ShowTheArt15 and save yourself 15% off Jiu-Jitsu gis, Jiu-Jitsu rash guards, shorts, cool t-shirts, anything you want. Put it in the cart. Type in the coupon code ShowTheArt15, the number 15, and save yourself 15%. Our next sponsor is Chimera Coffee. Go to Chimera Coffee, KIMERAKOFFEE.com. Type in the coupon code ShowTheArt and save yourself 10% off any and all of their products. That's coffee infused with nootropics, or their cacao booster, which is raw cacao with cinnamon and L-glutamine. Help you recover with some flavor. Coupon code ShowTheArt, ChimeraCoffee.com. Save money. Our last sponsor is also our graphic designer who designed our logo for the podcast, M85 Designs. Go to M85.com and check out their stuff. They have pretty cool rash guards, some cool stuff. The coupon code should be STA something. Dang, I don't even remember. STA20. Type in the coupon code, the promo code STA20. Go to M85, spell it all out, MEIGHTYFIVE.com. Type in the coupon code STA20. Save yourself 20% off. And enjoy the podcast.
What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? You're listening to the Show the Art podcast. We're your hosts. My name is Ames. Alongside with me is my boy, who just made me some delicious Turkish coffee. Abe, what's going on, man?
I'm good. How are you, man?
Good, man. You ready to rock?
Yeah, let's do it.
We're going international today. Abe, who do we got today, man?
Today we have my man Matt from Scramble. Matt, how are you? Thanks for coming on the show.
I'm doing very well. How are you guys?
Excellent.
Good, man. Good.
Now, when we say Scramble, we're talking about Scramble, the brand.
Uh-huh.
Jiu-Jitsu gear. They sell gis. They sell rash guards. They sell a lot of really cool designed
Dope gear.
Let's put it that way.
There you go.
So,
Thank you very much.
yeah, man, I've been a big fan of yours for a while. Honestly, the first Scramble gi that I really wanted was actually the one that I bought. It's got the navy blue pants with the gray top and the
Rebel.
The Rebel, yes.
He does wear that a lot.
Oh
he
my
does
God.
wear that
I
a
love
lot.
that gi. It
You
fits
do.
me perfect.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah.
Yep.
And yeah, sorry.
Go ahead.
Yeah, and I was gonna say, and what I like about it, I was just attracted by the colors, but when I put it on, it just fits like tapered, like very nice. Some gis out there, they're a little they're a little too baggy in areas, but yours are just like, I'm a slim guy, I'm a lanky guy.
What size did you get?
I got the A1 tall, I believe.
Okay, because I basically design all the gis to fit me perfectly. The A2s.
Oh, perfect. Okay. And what's your stature?
Well, in England language, I'm 182 centimeters and about 74 or 5 kilos at the moment.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why does America have to be so different?
I know.
Why do we gotta be so? It's like we're the cool guys in town, but when we put
But we still use miles as well, so we don't use kilometers.
Okay,
true.
So,
There
we
we
haven't
go.
got it 100% figured out either.
Perfect.
But you guys drive on the opposite side of the road.
No, you do.
Checkmate.
Yes, technically they drive on the right side
Yeah.
of the road.
There you go.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Technically,
Yeah, you do.
so
Yeah, that's true.
some
Yeah.
guys are more right in that.
In
matter.
every single way. So, Matt, can you tell us how your journey into jiu-jitsu began?
For jiu-jitsu, I was at university in England quite a long time ago, and I became obsessed with kung fu. And I quit university and moved to Australia.
Okay.
Which was in hindsight kind of a stupid decision, but I'm glad I did it in the end.
Okay.
I was training Wing Chun in a school in Sydney, and then somebody lent me some videos of Pride, one day.
Yeah.
And I think I saw Nogueira, and I saw
that's
a few other people. Yeah. And I started to think basically that Wing Chun just wouldn't work.
It's not going to fly.
Anymore.
I wonder why.
No. Yeah. And then I found a school, and that was it. That was about 11 years ago.
Wow, nice.
And moved from Australia to Japan. I did the majority of, I did a lot of training in Japan. I did about 4 years in Japan. I got to purple belt and then came back to the UK, moved back to the UK with my family after that.
Wow.
Nice. What led you to Japan?
I met a Japanese girl in Australia who I'm now married to. So.
Oh, perfect.
Congrats.
Awesome,
That's
man.
all. What did you like about Japan the most?
That's a good question. I suppose the easy answer is the food. The food's pretty amazing.
Man.
I just like the whole. I like a lot of things about a country. I don't know. It's a huge, the culture, the way of doing things, the way people think. There's a lot to like about it. There's a lot that I didn't like as well.
Okay,
I suppose, but yeah.
Yeah.
Now, when you were living in Japan, were you living in the side of Japan where it's like the busy hustle bustle side, or was it like the serene movie-esque like mountains and green side?
I lived in a city which is really, which I think is popular within Japan. It's called Fukuoka. It's not like a famous city, but it's pretty big. There's like a couple of million people there.
Wow.
But it's a mix of it's big enough to be a city. It's got a subway system and everything. But then you drive a few minutes out of town, and there's like mountains and the sea and stuff. So it was a pretty good sort of balance of the two.
Awesome.
Wow.
Nice.
That's dope.
And who did you get promoted under from white to? What rank are you now?
Now I'm a brown belt.
Okay.
And I did most of my training with a guy called Tomari in. He ran a Pariestra school, which Pariestra is affiliated to Yuki Nakai.
Okay.
And then it's now actually changed to Triforce, which is kind of funny. But it was Pariestra.
Dope.
And who do you train under now?
So now I'm at a school nearby, the GB Academy, but it's affiliated to a guy in London called David Anuma, who himself is affiliated to De La Riva.
Nice, man. And how's your training going? What kind of game do you play these days? Are you a guard player? Are you a guard passer?
I just competed for the first time in like 3 years last week, and I got my butt kicked. So I can't really comment with any confidence on that. I just really love training. I love training in the gi.
Nice.
I do like no gi, but I really like the gi. I like to use grips to sort of slow people down that are bigger and stronger than me.
True.
And I guess guard, open guard, like reverse De La Riva, that sort of stuff.
Nice. Can I ask you more questions about jiu-jitsu, or is that a touchy
No,
subject?
by all means. Yeah, please do.
What made you want to compete after a few years of I guess, not competing?
I just wanted to, because I really don't like competing.
Yeah.
And I felt like I was getting kind of a bit lazy and a bit complacent in my training.
Mm-hmm.
And my diet and everything. Like I was probably about 4 or 5 kilos heavier than I should have been.
Okay.
And I was I'm really relaxed and like laid back when I train. And it almost gets to the point where I'm getting hassled by people that I think like, fuck, I should be able to handle that guy or whatever. And so I decided to sign up for a competition just so that it would motivate me to train properly and eat properly and stuff, which it did. I had 2 months of really good training, and I lost like 5 kilos.
Nice.
And I was feeling really good. And then I just got triangled in like 20 seconds.
Ah.
But I got a really nice takedown. That was
Nice.
my aim. And then I did that. And then
There you go.
Nice.
Yeah.
But it proves it's about the journey, not the destination.
Yeah. I suppose the other thing is, do you know Dan Strauss?
Yeah.
He started podcasting recently, and he had a guy called Nick Brooks on.
Mm-hmm.
And Nick Brooks is a guy that's won like Masters World Championships in Brazil at black belt.
No.
But he's got a stack of medals, but he just doesn't know or care where they are. He's just like, I really don't care. I just do it for the experience.
Wow.
And that sort of that made me think like, shit, that's really cool. I should really do the same sort of thing.
Wow. Yeah. I've always felt that same way about competition. I was more doing it for the experience, not for the medals. I don't even know where my medals are. I mean, granted, there's not that many of them. But, so they're easy to lose, but it's more about, for me, the experience and the fun of it, and trying to pull off certain moves that I've been training and proving to myself that my training is working. But
yeah. It would be nice to win every now and then, but yeah, all the other stuff is important as well.
Yeah. Now, did it definitely? How were you training leading up to this tournament? What kind of regimen were you doing as far as, jiu-jitsu, strength and conditioning? You could leave diet out of it.
Okay. Well, I have the highest rank at the gym that I train at.
Okay.
So that created that was. I have some really good training partners, definitely, but they do different things to what like a brown or a black belt would do to me. I was kind of going down to other nearby schools as well to mix it up. But in hindsight, I probably should have done more of that.
Yeah. Okay.
I just made sure that I did a little bit of physical training every day. Nothing crazy, like, just kettlebell stuff or some pull-ups, but made sure to be consistent with it. And then I was just training jiu-jitsu like 3 times a week. That was it, really.
Nice.
I'm pretty busy with work and family, so that was about all I could manage.
Sure. But did you feel a difference in your game after those 2 months? And
I felt really good. Yeah, I thought I would do better than I did. But I still feel good, like in training. Just competition. I suppose a mixture of like not competing for ages and then just coming up against really solid people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it does make a difference when you're the highest rank or one of the highest ranks in the gym with training.
Yeah, people just do different things, don't they? They don't.
Not that they're not competitive. It's just like you said, they do different things. I'm a brown belt. I'm one of the highest ranked guys in my gym, and like you said, it's the looks you get from guys not at your rank. Even the purple belts are very competitive, but again, it's the looks, the things that they're doing, the little grips that they get, or the little details.
The things that you get away with most of the time with most of your training partners, and then you go somewhere else and oh shit,
doesn't fly.
Yeah.
Now, how did you get into your company, into Scramble? How did that start? How did you make your way into that?
Basically, there was already like a really cool scene in Japan of design-focused martial arts stuff, like Reversal and Isami, and then a load of other smaller brands that I was completely obsessed with when I lived in Japan. And then when I came back to England, I really wanted to sort of bring that into the European and like I suppose American scene. And I started off importing it. Like I had other jobs, just boring, like office jobs kind of thing. And imported some stuff for a little bit. And then just decided to see if I could do it myself. A guy gave me the advice he said, why don't you just stop importing it and just design your own? Nice. And I'd always been into like design and things, so I just did that.
Nice. I was wondering because I did get a sense of that kind of Japanese style in a lot of your things, and some of the guys that you sponsored that you're promoting in your ads, like Eminari. That's one of the reasons why I love your company. Like the style, like the designs, it's really cool. It's very interesting.
Well, I know. Yeah, thanks, man. In the beginning, it was really unique. I think that's why the brand kind of took off, is because we knew that there was a big gap for that kind of clean, like Japanese influenced style. Yes. And like in the beginning, we although we were working hard, the brand really sold itself because there was just nothing like it out there. I mean, now there's loads of cool brands and they've all got really good aesthetics and stuff. But in the beginning, it was pretty unique, I think.
Another thing that I notice about your gear, most of it, it's very clean looking. Like there's not a whole lot going on, distracting you at every corner. I mean, you do have some more intricate details in some of your gis, but some of them are just very clean looking, very nice looking. So you have like a blend of both, and that's something that is very important. I think.
Yeah, I think we. I mean, in the beginning, in hindsight, it's quite funny. We couldn't afford to print T-shirts with more than one color.
Yeah.
Because it would push the price of the per unit up too much. So everything was really simple, one color stuff. And also, I'm kind of not completely colorblind, but I'm not very good with colors. So everything's like pretty simple, and that started off as a constraint, and then it has now become more of a sort of a hallmark, I suppose, of the brand.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
So how do you kind of manage your day? You have this, you have your family, you have training. How do you make sure you prioritize like everything that you care about?
I don't know really. I have to say probably living in Japan and getting used to the pace of life over there probably helps.
Okay.
I'm naturally a really, really lazy person. Like I don't want to. Yeah, my natural state is extreme laziness. But,
just chill,
I
relax.
think we're all in the same boat.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I get up early with my family and just go to work. You know, it's just pretty much 9 to 5 or 9:30 till about 5.
Okay.
And then it's family and then a little bit of training. That's about it, really. Every day.
Okay, cool, man.
Yeah.
I'm fascinated about your story, and just any entrepreneur type person that started a company. Can you give us some insight on maybe not insight, but tips to someone who's looking to start a company? Maybe they have an idea like you did, or you know, they have people surrounding them that are telling them, hey, you should pursue this, you're pretty good at it. What are some steps that they could get started with, and B, what are some things they can almost test themselves to make sure that they're ready for an undertaking?
Yeah.
Good question.
Well, I had a great business partner, which is my friend Ben from school. We were doing various things, and then we ended up back in our hometown at like a similar sort of time. And Ben came on board like 6 months after we started, so he's been there pretty much since the beginning. Having a business partner that you can, you know, just having somebody there to like
You could
talk about ideas and another brain to work on things is good. I wouldn't start something unless you know that you're filling a sort of much needed gap.
Okay.
And like
What do you mean about gap?
well,
Like your life
don't
is
know,
incomplete
Like
and
a demand for something?
yeah, demand, meeting a demand.
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
I've been accused of being a bit cynical recently because I just get tired of brands just appearing that have absolutely nothing to add to what's already out there. You know, they've just stuck a logo on a factory bog standard bit of gear, and then they start promoting it. I just can't understand what they hope to achieve. You know, there's no like unique look, or there's no unique aspect of the product.
I think with that, and I don't want to change the subject, but I think with that, I see a lot of people, they come up with a cool name, or at least they think it's a cool name, and that's where their whole business model starts. And then they try to make something out of a cool name, as opposed to, I want to do this, and then kind of figure out a name from there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And they feel that name will take them far, but obviously it doesn't.
Well, we've always, sorry, not to jump around too much, but we've always, like, if you look at Adidas or Adidas or whatever, or Nike even, a lot of their shoes look the same. But they're maybe, you know, it's the logo on a shoe. But the reason that they can do that is because they've been around for 50 or 60 years, you know, and they've developed this this identity. You can't just skip straight to the I'm putting a logo on a t-shirt with no identity there beforehand. Yeah.
Great point. That's an excellent point. For all the people out there that are listening to this, that is one of the biggest points you can make, honestly. Because a lot of people, like you said, they skip that step. They think they could go right to what the big guys are doing. And they don't realize that you need to grow. You need to establish yourself as someone who does this, or someone who looks like this, right?
Yeah.
You know what's really cool too? A lot of the big time companies, or the up and coming ones that we all follow, all have a cool story on how they started. For example, Show the Art. you guys were just chopping up
Aw.
like videos, right? Jiu-Jitsu videos, and now from there your love, and now people just come to you because you produce like a product that people like to see. Just like Scramble, you put something on the market that like everyone in Europe or whatever, even the world hasn't seen yet. So I think that's what you mean by the demand.
Yeah.
Like you
Gotcha.
know, you see it before anyone else sees it.
Gotcha.
So when you put it out, it's
That's right.
hot. You know, it just
That's right.
yeah.
Okay.
That's what we do.
So going back to tips on knowing if you're ready to start a business.
You have to be. I suppose you have to be ready to work really, really hard in the beginning for no money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me and my partner Ben, we both
Ben from
had
school.
full-time. Yeah, Ben from school. That's right.
Yeah.
We both had other jobs, full-time jobs, and we worked on Scramble in all of our sort of spare time.
No.
We, I mean, you have to have a sort of conviction that you're going to succeed as well. Like,
true.
even though it might not seem like the greatest idea. I don't know. There's a weird mix of not being too sort of arrogant or like
Confident,
bullish about it, but also just having that conviction that this is going to work. So
You're just knowing, right?
yeah.
So I got a question. Since you said like on your spare time you would work on it, how did you kind of figure out time to do that and hang out and spend time with your family? Because I'm about to have a kid in maybe like 4
month.
weeks or like within a month. So that's a part I'm just like,
Ames
how
is
do-
trying to
You're about
balance
to have a kid?
jujitsu.
yeah, yes, I am.
Oh wow!
His first kid.
Congratulations.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Yeah, Ames has been asking this question to everybody because he's trying to figure out how he could work out, how he could train
Could
jiu-jitsu,
train.
and how he could be a
It's
dad.
it's not easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you have like a
Well,
talk
I
with a
think-
wife like, hey, this is what we're doing. Bear with me or have patience.
Here's the schedule.
I think it's not a very exciting bit of advice, but essentially your social, you kind of have to make a choice. You have to prioritize, and you can only fit about 3 things in your life. It's like bit of work, bit of training, and family, and that's about it. You know?
Okay.
And then
Yeah.
Sorry, Ames.
There it is. So,
Yeah.
can we bring it back to Japan? Is that how the lifestyle was? Because I think you said you kind of undertook their lifestyle. Was it more like laid back, like compared to like New York, where everyone's up by like 5 a.m.
Not
the
me.
streets are like packed with people walking, getting to work. Japan, was it like the total opposite, where it's more kind of like chill and things?
no, Japan is insane. Japan
okay. Hustle and
absolutely
bustle.
crazy. Yeah, people
Okay.
work really hard, really hard.
I see.
But they have a really interesting sort of structure. Like everything is structured, even not everything, but even leisure time. You know, like
Oh wow.
it's weird. Like they work really hard, but they also find ways to enjoy themselves.
Okay.
A lot. You know, like you will go out for dinner with your coworkers, and then you will drink this many beers, and then you'll go to another party with your coworkers, or you know, it's all kind of forced on you, but you can have fun while you're doing it.
Interesting.
Nice.
I have another question. What is the feel? How do people feel about work? Since you've lived in a few different countries, how do people feel about work in those different countries? Obviously, we're talking about the UK, Japan, and really Australia, wherever else you have been.
Yeah.
Even America, if you've
What are
ever worked here.
differences?
How do people actually feel about work?
In general,
Yeah, like have you found differences between those countries and the way people think about their jobs and how they go about their days?
definitely. Yeah, in Japan is a working culture. People, you know, they don't like to even relax. You know, they don't like to be unproductive with their time.
Okay.
I remember the first day I had an office job in Japan, and the first day my hours were 10 till 7. It was like a little magazine office thing.
Okay.
10 a.m. till 7 p.m. And on the first day, I think I shut down my computer at like 6:55 or something. Looked around the room, was like sort of standing up and stretching. I was like, right, I'll see you tomorrow. And I like crept down the room, and everyone was just staring at me like, what the fuck are you doing?
Wow.
Look at this foreigner.
And Yeah, like what's he doing? And I realized nobody left till 9, 10. Every night they just
Holy
don't
shit.
leave the office. It was crazy.
That's crazy.
But they're not.
Yeah.
Now, a follow-up question for that is, they're not miserable doing it, right? It's just part of their culture. It's just the way they're.
Well, yeah, no, it is. I mean, I'm generalizing massively because obviously there's all different. Everyone's in a different situation, but it's just a given. You just have to. If everybody's in the office, like even if they're not working, if they're all there, and you leave, you obviously don't care about them or the work as much as they do.
Yeah.
And you won't get ahead.
True. And correct me if I'm wrong, but the culture over there is more like a team aspect, opposed to like here in the United States, it's like individual. Like
yeah,
where
definitely.
You, right?
Yeah. It's all about the greater group. Yeah.
Now, how about the UK? How about England?
Yeah, people are pretty lazy here. Yeah.
So like the United States, there you go.
Yeah, there's a lot of it's all about like what can I do for myself sort of thing.
And how can I fit in
What's the most convenient?
this amount of work in this time so that I can get back home and watch TV and eat
Yeah, exactly. I think we need some sort of balance somewhere in the middle.
Okay.
That would work.
Yeah, nice.
Now, how does it feel to walk around in gray skies all day?
Sucks.
With no sun and
I was gonna ask that there in the row, but does it ever get? Because every movie that I've seen
in England,
it's always gray,
and it's always some sort of 007 movie.
It is grey a lot, and that's probably the worst thing. Like, whenever the sun comes out, there's 6 of us in Scramble now. Whenever the sun comes out, everyone like runs out the door and just stands outside until the sun goes back in again.
Oh, man,
Does everybody get up slowly, like the veil has been pulled off of your face?
Yeah, and they're talking about vitamin D deficiencies and stuff because we don't get enough sun, and it's pretty bad.
That is pretty crazy, man. I thought I didn't think it was really just always great.
Yeah, us here, it's weird because last week, and this is not normal for us. We're actually in New Jersey, but we're like 20 minutes from New York. But last week, I believe it was on Tuesday, it was like 60 degrees, which is how many degrees Fahrenheit, which is how many Celsius? I don't know.
Is that warm?
It was
Is that
warm.
warm?
It was warm.
That's like pretty warm.
It was like hoodie and shorts weather.
Yeah, like a light sweater.
Okay.
Nice, especially because the sun was out.
And then
the next day, it was...
It's like a blizzard.
Yeah, it was like 12 degrees.
Yeah, it was freezing
So
cold.
it was...
I've heard New York is pretty brutal like that.
Yeah.
We had a couple of days of sunshine as well, and now it's straight back to cold and grey.
back to normal.
Yeah. So you guys have one season? How does that work there?
No.
How does the temperature work there?
We got to get Abe
we have
cultured.
all the seasons, but just a liberal sprinkling of grey skies throughout all of them.
Wow.
They don't live in Antarctica, man. What do you?
Listen, man, I've never been to England.
We got to get this guy cultured.
Yeah. I just got back from Egypt, so that's all I know.
Oh, true.
I know America,
Oh, shit.
Egypt.
Yeah, Egypt's warm.
Yeah. It was it's their winter, and it was like still warmer than here.
Yeah, I could imagine.
Way warmer.
So what sports are bigger? Well, obviously soccer. What do you follow any sports over there?
No, I'm football or soccer is the number one sport here that everybody talks about, but I just never really got into it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Nice.
No.
That's good because I thought you were gonna be pretty upset with Ames for calling it soccer.
No,
I was waiting for that, but
So no judgment. Okay, we're cool. We're still friends.
do you watch any MMA? Do you watch competitive
we
jiu-jitsu?
love the UFC. Yeah, definitely.
Nice.
That's it really. MMA and jiu-jitsu. That's it.
So who's your favorite fighter? What's the landscape of? Obviously, you're a big fan of Michael Bisping. No, maybe.
Yeah, he's all right.
You like that guy?
I can't believe he's the champ.
I know, man.
I don't think anybody could believe it.
That is pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Especially when you started.
I like Michael Bisping a lot. Yeah, he's done really well.
So did it have a big impact on England when he did win the belt? Because a lot of these countries, when someone finally wins from their country, it's a huge deal. Did that happen?
No, I don't think. It's not like Connor in Ireland sort of thing.
Okay.
It hasn't had that effect. No.
I see.
Okay, interesting.
No.
Yeah. Who are your favorite fighters?
I really like Conor McGregor.
Okay.
Who else do I like to watch? I don't know. I'm a bit overwhelmed by the UFC at the moment. Just hundreds of events and hundreds of just so many fighters.
Yeah.
It seems like it's at the point where it's like oversaturating.
No, it's not. Not for me.
A little bit. Yeah, no.
Not for
So
me.
it's just me and you. Me and Matt
I'm
are
a
on the
fan.
same page.
Yeah.
Yes, you are. You're definitely a fanboy.
The more fights, the merrier for me.
Yeah, it feels like there's one
Yeah.
every week, so it's hard. It's hard to keep up.
I can't get enough.
Well, it used to be that you couldn't miss an event because they
Yes.
came along every couple of months, and then now it's like, I'll watch the next one, or
I
Yeah.
still can't miss an event. If I miss an event, I'm kind of like I
He's
feel
not
like I
lying.
missed out big time.
Yeah, on life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah.
But everybody's into their own thing. It's like
Yeah.
basketball fans. There's 82 games in a season per team. How many teams are there?
Yeah.
Almost 50. So
Yeah,
30.
that's ridiculous.
30, 32.
almost 40. There's a lot. That means there's a lot of games you
There-
can watch.
yeah.
So when you relate it to that, the only difference is MMA. There's no season, so it's
Yeah,
year
It's
round.
just constant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, when you think about it like that, Ames is watching 3 basketball games a night. I'm not
True.
getting on him for it.
That's why I didn't get on you.
I think I prefer it now. Like, I remember the days. I remember when the only MMA videos that existed on the internet were the Sherdog highlight videos. Do you remember that?
Yeah, that was way back.
So you go
Yeah,
way,
so
way back.
I prefer it now that there's a whole
Sure.
industry and a whole thing that we can enjoy all the time. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Now, how about competitive jiu-jitsu? I know right now, maybe by the time this comes out, the pans might be over, but the pans are going on in California, IBJJF pans.
Yeah.
So are you watching that? Are you going to keep tabs on?
Yeah, I watch some things like that. I still have I don't know if they're going to listen to this, but Flow Grappling gave me a free account ages ago, and I still have it. So I still watch all the stuff that they. Maybe you should cut that out because I don't want them to turn.
No,
off my free
it's
account.
okay. You could just as long as you email us
Yeah, the
the password and
and-
username, we're
yeah.
good, man.
Okay.
Because I
can't remember. It just auto fills on my browser. So.
I don't care to keep paying. I am, but
No, I love being a customer for Flow Grapple. If they want to send us a free account,
yeah, but no, they offer a great service.
Yeah, I'm pleased. I mean, obviously we have Polaris. That is, so we're a large part of that, I suppose. That new emerging professional jiu-jitsu thing.
Mm-hmm. So let's get into Polaris then. How did Polaris start? Did you start it by yourself or with other people? Where did the inception of the idea come from?
Well, I think we at Scramble were talking about doing some sort of competition. We were thinking about it for a while. And then Tatami, which is the other UK brand,
Yes.
they're based in Wales, they were also thinking a similar thing. And I think at one point we got together and had some beers and ended up deciding to do it together.
Nice.
Yo.
And then that was it. And then it all happened really quickly after that. And then suddenly we were doing Polaris, and it was pretty crazy.
Massive.
The first
deal.
one.
Yeah. How do you
Yeah.
feel about Polaris, Ames?
I think it's dope. I actually stumbled upon it. I think a little bit 2 years ago when I first started my
Yeah.
journey, and I watched a lot of the Daniel Strauss against AJ was entertaining. I think that's the first one I
Yeah, it
saw.
was amazing.
Yeah, that one was a fun one.
Yeah, I think you came over my place and we watched Polaris.
Yeah.
once. Yeah. No, Polaris, great event. I'd have to say another one of the events out there that puts on a great show. I love it when a company does it right, and puts on a nice stage, a nice audience,
Yes.
nice backdrop, nice lighting, good
Graphics, commentators,
everything, the works, and it's not corny. Like you can go over the edge and it becomes a little corny, too with the lights when it gets too crazy. But you guys did it very nicely. I liked how it was just enough. You covered all grounds, and it looked very professional. That was the biggest thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was our goal all along. We just tried to do it to the highest quality possible. I mean, yeah, it's a weird thing. Like, there's a lot of shows out there that don't do it like that, and they're sort of they're going strong. So I almost wonder,
Yeah.
is it worth putting all that time and money in?
Yeah.
Well, from my experience, we run a tournament called the Finisher Show the Art Tournament.
Yeah.
And we don't put on because we don't have the money to put on big events such as yours, but it also makes us.
You don't always need to. Yeah.
You don't need to, but it also makes us appreciate yours much more.
True.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. I know what you mean. Yeah. It was absolutely epic undertaking. It was just completely beyond anything that we were expecting.
Sure.
Yeah. It was so hard.
Yeah. But you've done a few of them now. So have you guys found a groove?
We've done 4. We like what's happened with Polaris now is that we need to take it. We need to sort of take it to the next level, but we're not 100% sure how to do that because basically we need to clone ourselves in order to do that because
you need more staff and things like that. Right?
There's some fairly exciting stuff in the works which I can't talk about at the moment that would do what we need it to do, but we are just it's all sort of early days. I don't want to sound all mysterious or anything, but we're trying to find a way to make it bigger. Yeah,
I don't want to talk about it, but I'm talking about it. But I'm not going to talk. No, I understand.
And it gets everyone excited even more now. Like, damn, what are they doing? What's Matt and the boys gonna come up with now?
Yeah. But no, Scramble, and another thing you guys are doing are putting on great matchups. That's another thing.
Yep.
And you're also putting on matchups like Fernando Terere versus
Shaolin.
Like
that was dope, man.
That was an. It didn't really matter how the match went, honestly. Just to hear those two names
just
going
to have
against
those
each other.
I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, I wish we could record the reaction of people going through it because when I saw it on Instagram, I was like, "Holy shit!" I think I tagged you when I saw it. So it's pretty cool seeing these matchups because there's a lot of good ones, especially like on number 4, the Gary versus Gilbert Burns. That was a great
that was a
great match.
That was really fun. Yeah.
It was a beautiful display of two styles that are different, and both guys countering each other
Going
beautifully.
at it, man.
Like Dorino was not holding back, and he made a couple of really technical, like well prepared. What's the word I'm looking for?
Responses.
You could say responses, counter maneuvers.
Okay, there you go.
Against Gary's attacks. Gary eventually got him because Gary's that good, but it was an excellent match.
But it was a great match.
That match surprised me more than I expected.
Matt, which one was your favorite match out of all the Polarises that you guys had?
Without a doubt, it was Gary Tonon against Polaris on Polaris 3.
Oh, that was a barn burner.
Another epic.
That Polaris 3 was just absolutely unbelievable. We had 6 really really good like technical jiu-jitsu matches. The whole card was draws, right? Everybody knows that.
Sure.
We had 6 really good, exciting sort of technical matches between really good practitioners, and then AJ and Jake Shields came out and just slapped the shit out of each other and sent everybody completely insane in there. And then just as we were sort of recovering from that, like, holy shit, that was so exciting. And then Tonon and Polaris came out. Like, Polaris took his top off and everyone was, whoa, because he's just so massive.
He is.
And they were just flying around the stage. And it was the craziest thing I've ever seen in person. Like, I was on, because before the match, we all thought, like, fucking Gary's going to die or something. We're just going to pick him up and just slam him on his neck. I was panicking. And I was like, please don't kill him. And then just watching it, like, Gary started, getting the better of him. Like, oh, my God, this is amazing.
And that's the crazy thing about that matchup. If anybody can handle being manhandled, it's Gary Tonon.
Yeah. And it was just rolling out of everything.
It was crazy, man. And he got a lot... he looked good throughout the whole match.
Yeah, I mean, there was moments in the beginning where Gary was getting like paper airplanes just tossed around.
Yeah.
But then
Brock Lesnar style.
But then he just did what Gary does and turned the tables and started attacking a lot more, and it's crazy to see Polaris like this monster.
Yeah, this Hulk of a man.
Defend leg locks and defend everything, and you're like, what the heck? And
what was the weight difference between those two at that time?
I can't remember now. I think the limit was 90 kilos, or was it 80 kilos? Well, the Polaris was cutting. Like, he was seriously cutting.
And Gary was probably eating.
Gary was just stuffing his face
at the buffet, looking for a burger spot in the UK.
Yeah. Fish and chips.
There you go.
And you guys, I'm sure you're getting a lot of good feedback, right?
Yeah, I think Polaris has a really good reputation. Yeah,
Yeah,
we get
absolutely.
we get good feedback.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't imagine, like you just said, how it was to watch Gary and Polaris in person, because it was crazy, like, to watch it online,
Mhm.
but in person to hear the movements, to hear the.
I wish I could be in that crowd just
Oh
to
my
hear.
God.
Yeah, the crowd, everyone was just practically on their feet. It was
Cool.
so exciting.
We got to make it to a Polaris.
That would be
one day.
really cool.
Yeah.
That'd be dope.
And you guys have had one of our sponsors and a good friend of mine, Nelson from Inverted Gear,
Mhm.
sponsoring your events. How did that come about?
Yep. I think we were just we randomly bumped into Nelson at the Rollmore store in
Okay.
USA in New York,
Okay.
and I think we've just been friends with him for ages.
Mhm.
For whatever reason, and then I think they came to Polaris. They were in town.
Maybe for Riley Bike Home?
Coincidentally- Oh, that's right. They came
Yeah.
with Riley. Yeah,
Because
they
Riley's
came with
their
Riley.
boy, yeah.
Yeah. And then they saw what we were doing, and it was a pretty well-run show. And I think we just said, "Hey, would you guys come on board as sponsors?" And they did. That was it. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Nice. Yeah, well, Nelson's a great guy. Vertigear is another great brand that's out there. And again, just like you hear, like, it's about the quality. It's about the it's not about, like, I don't know, negativity.
What the company
yeah.
stands for.
They do their own thing. They have a unique look, don't
Exactly.
they? And they're not trying to emulate anybody or.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
But yeah, I love it.
And they really seem to care as well.
Yes.
You know?
Another thing that I love is that you look at the sponsor list of Polaris, and it's like a couple of different jiu-jitsu gear companies.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's rare that you would find that many companies sponsoring the same event that offer the same, like, products. Am I correct?
Yeah. No, we were aware of that, but we're all friends, sort of thing. So
Okay.
we kind of didn't want too many gear brands on there, but it just worked out. It's fine.
Nice. If you could have your dream matchup for Polaris 5, the main event,
He
what
already
would it
has
be right now?
Oh, I don't know if I can say, because then someone else will do it.
Maybe we could say ours.
I hopefully fight to
Yeah,
win
you
this
tell
one.
me yours, yeah.
Oh, what's yours?
You say yours first. I still got to think of mine.
Oh, you put me on the spot now.
I'd like to see, and I hope it's in the works. Obviously, if it is, it's going to be hard for you to even get excited about me saying it. But I want to see Rafa Mendes compete at Polaris. I mean, he's one of my favorite
would be
grapplers.
dope. That would be really cool.
I'm sure you guys
I think
have reached
everybody
out.
wants to see him do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Who would I love to see him compete against? I guess what's hot right now, Gary Tonin.
He's so hot right now.
He's so
Yeah.
hot.
Put on Gary. Put on. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah. That's like the king of IBJJF versus king of sub only.
True.
I
Yeah.
suppose, isn't it?
But that's the thing. Like, I'd honestly love to see Hoffa versus really any of the top name guys from the sub only category.
I agree.
I would get excited to see him against Gary, Eddie Cummins, any of the Freak brothers. Obviously the smaller one, Gio.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Or really,
Well, yeah.
yeah. sorry.
Rafa, yeah. Carry on.
I don't know, man. Really, anybody. It really doesn't matter.
Yeah, any of those would be good.
Yeah.
Cobrina against any of them, that'd be a dope matchup.
Cobrina. Have you guys obviously we should stop asking questions because you're not gonna
No,
tell.
it's fine.
Yeah.
We've spoken to Rafael Mendes before, but
Ooh.
he's a guy that doesn't have much left to prove at this point.
Yes,
so
it's true.
he it's not it's kind of difficult to cut a deal with him.
Yeah,
Sure.
Nah, that makes total sense.
It would have to
Yeah.
be for the perfect amount of money and for the perfect opponent. Where I guess in his
Yeah.
position, it's a win-win.
yeah, like a perfect storm type of thing.
Yeah, Hoffa can't
Exactly.
just fight
Yeah, you're
anybody
exactly right.
anymore.
Yeah.
It has to
Yeah.
be someone where, like, oh man, if he lost to them, no love lost kind
Yeah.
of deal, right?
Man, whatever.
Yeah.
It would
Yeah.
be epic if he stepped onto that stage.
Yikes.
That'd be really dope. But
That's I would just love some just obscenely rich investors to just come in and say, hey guys, here's like $1 million, and we would just put on the most unbelievable show that you've ever seen. But
You
they
heard it,
have yet
guys.
to call us.
if any of you millionaires are listening right now,
Yeah.
hook it
Yeah.
up.
We could do a good show. We could do the best show.
Oh, that'd be great, man.
Yeah. No, I mean, you guys are putting on a great show, and I'm sure you have some great matches in the works for Polaris 5. Do you have a date yet? I'm sorry if I don't know this, if it's out there already.
But no, we put a little teaser out because we were considering coming to New York.
Okay.
But then a couple of things happened almost immediately after that teaser that very good, potentially good things, but
Nice.
made it that New York might not be the best idea. Maybe like back in London would be a better idea. But so it's all up in the air at the moment. But once we figure it out, we will start.
Nice.
We will start letting everybody know.
Awesome.
Now, what is your opinion on? And are you interested in doing a lot of like MMA fighters booked against professional grapplers, or do you like to stick with more like the grappler versus grappler kind of style?
No, I think MMA fighters who are good at grappling versus pure grapplers, it makes for really good matches.
Mm-hmm.
True.
I don't think you don't really want to put on anything that you might see at the Worlds or at Pans or whatever.
Sure.
And I think like slight mismatches where you might think this guy's definitely going to win it, but this guy could pull something out the bag. That sort of thing is pretty exciting.
Sure.
That'd be dope.
Now, matchmaking, because the tournament we kind of put on is professional in the sense that they get money from the winner, but really what people are doing is signing up for our competition, and we're kind of selecting people from there. But you guys are establishing matchup. Well, we're inviting certain people, but you guys are selecting a certain matchup and then going out for those fighters, right? So how do you start with the matchmaking process?
It's the most fun bit. There's all of us at the Scramble office, and then the guys at the Tatami office, and then a couple of other people like Callum from Jiu-Jitsu Style.
Nice.
We just talk, and what matches do we want to see? We're like, oh no way, we'll never get that guy. And then we look them up on Facebook, and then they respond, and oh shit, okay, we're gonna do this match now.
Yeah,
Nice.
Nice. So it's as simple as that. It's the way we all do it.
Yeah.
Me and Ames talk about jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
We love to see this matchup. Then you just reach out to them.
Yeah, I mean, there's been some people where I think, for example, Jake Shields, we thought there's no way, Jake, he's probably not even going to read the message.
Yeah.
And then he just got, I think Ben was talking to him, just got back to us straight away. And then, this is the money. Done. Cool. I go, shit.
Man.
All right.
Jake Shields is a nice guy.
Yes. So it must take a lot to piss him off with AJ. So just put AJ on every
card.
Every
but
competition.
no, that's cool, man. I love to hear these little stories, behind the scenes things.
Yeah.
It would be. I would love to be in one of those meetings. Hey, what matchup should we put together? That'd be cool.
Yeah, that is the most fun bit. Yeah.
But it's like what we all do.
Yep.
We sit around, we talk about fights.
Whether you're at the barbershop or eating, post workout, right? After training.
Nice, man.
It's the most fun bit until you start putting the money as well. There's 16 fighters. Okay, and how much? Okay,
And then things change.
And where are they flying from? Oh, right. Okay.
That must be the most difficult part. Do you get a lot of resistance from people about money? Obviously, you don't say any names or any details, but do you get a lot of resistance or?
We get all different reactions. We get some people they're just happy. Even some very famous people, they're super happy for the opportunity, and they want to test themselves. And then other people are the complete opposite. They're like, how much is it? And which is fine, but you can't predict either. You can't really predict who's gonna say what until you start talking to them.
Yeah, because you never know. Some people are just in a financial situation where if they leave for a week, it's something where they can't afford to do, whether it's a good opportunity or not. So maybe that's why they might be resistant, right? Or some people just feel their value is very high. Sorry.
Carry on.
No, I was just going to say some people feel their value is very high and they deserve a lot more. I guess there's so many different situations that you can encounter.
Yeah, well, somebody put it into perspective for me. He was saying, man, some of these top guys, they can make tens of thousands, in a couple of weeks from a seminar tour of wherever. So for them to potentially potentially lose a match in front of a whole load of people, you're going to have to pay them for that.
Sure.
Privilege.
True.
But then, what was I going to say? But one thing that did always surprise me was, professional jiu-jitsu is brand new. Up until now, these people have been paying someone else to fight.
Yes.
And then you come along and say, well, you know what? You don't have to pay me. I'm going to give you like a few $1,000s. I'm going to pay for your airfare and I'm going to pay for your hotel. And they go, that's not enough. You're like, what
What
are
the
you
heck?
talking about?
Yeah.
You've been paying for the last like 10 years.
Yeah.
But anyway,
You're literally paying to compete this weekend
yeah,
against
exactly,
some of the
exactly.
best in the world
We're
in a
giving,
tournament-style
We're
bracket.
And
giving
there's,
you
there's
money.
no, there's no, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. There's no focus on you. Nobody's building you up.
Yeah,
Nobody's putting you on a poster,
sure.
and you're paying for the privilege.
Uh-huh.
Like, we found that a little bit difficult
Yeah.
It's
in the
odd.
beginning.
Yeah.
But, everybody's got their
To each his own, right?
to each his own. And, I don't know.
It is what it is.
It is when you feel like you can get a little more, who's not going to try,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, like and I suppose in one way, because we project we try and project a really professional image. Perhaps people think that we have more money than we actually do.
True.
Yeah,
That makes total sense.
I guess that's the hard part too. When you put on a good
Look what you
show, everybody thinks you're this super wealthy, super rich, like everybody's driving around a Ferrari type company. But there's a lot more to it that's involved.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly.
interesting.
It's a good problem to have.
Very good problem. But I love super fights, man. I think that's what I want to start doing as opposed to entering competitions. Just one fight. Just get on one stage. Not have to worry about 10 different guys that are killers. I don't know who I'm going to fight. Everybody's drooling at the mouth when they see me. They think that, they're trying to guess your game. I'm trying to guess their game. And then the weight, like the nerve-wracking, the anxiety. I think super fights are the way to go when you reach like the higher ranks.
The higher echelon.
Yeah.
Definitely, yeah. I mean, if you going back to the dream matches thing, it's got to be Marcelo, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't even consider him because I assume he's still retired.
Yeah.
But yeah, maybe
But
Marcelo
then if
versus.
like you said, like it's like you're not going to be, fighting a whole bunch of people all day long. It's just going to be one person. You can
Sure.
prepare for it. You're going to get paid.
I think now that you mention it, maybe my dream match is Marcelo versus Rafa Mendes.
Ooh.
And that's a match where Rafa could lose and not lose
That's
any
true.
stardom.
Yeah.
Right?
That would be a
that's a great
perfect storm.
Yeah.
No pressure.
I'm not saying set that up, but maybe you could try.
He's saying, not saying.
That's a tough one.
Yeah, I'm sure.
That is. So millionaires again, if you're listening.
Yeah.
Is that as
And he
possible?
shakes, so.
Is that as possible as the Floyd Mayweather Conor McGregor boxing match?
That's going down.
That's actually happening, isn't it?
Is it
Apparently.
one?
I think
It's
think
100% now.
There's so much money to
But
be
is it
made.
100%?
No, but to me, it's going to go down. It just depends on the date when it's going down.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they're both talking about it so much.
Yeah.
If it wasn't going to happen, they wouldn't talk about it at all. They would just downplay it.
But also,
Personally, that's what I think.
one of the reasons that makes me think that this is all a publicity stunt, and it might not be. I'm not saying it is, but is the fact that Conor before this said that he was taking a hiatus because his wife is about to give birth, and this is a good reason to keep his
name out.
his name afloat, and in fact build his brand in that juncture of his life that he's taking a break from the limelight of fighting.
Yeah.
So
It's very true.
It
keeps everybody talking about it.
Yeah.
exactly. That's the only, and then all he has to do is pick up the phone and say, "Hey, Floyd, you down to do that? You down to?" Because that's gonna make Floyd's name stay relevant as well.
The reason why I think it's happening is just because Floyd is talking about it so much, man.
Yeah.
And he spends money like there's no tomorrow. So
Sure.
he
Listen, if it happens, I'm not paying for it. That's all I'm saying. I'll
oh, you're gonna stream it? You're gonna go to my house?
I'm gonna go to your house and watch
There you
it,
go.
but I'm not paying for it.
Yeah.
I can't understand how he's. Well, I suppose, yeah. It's I don't know anybody that buys boxing pay-per-views anymore. But
Yeah.
maybe it's just my
There's-
group of friends. I don't know.
It is so rare now. There's not a lot of like one of the top fights just happened. I think 2 weeks ago, and it was on CBS. I mean, it was on just regular television,
Like Channel 2 or
Yeah,
something?
it was on basic TV. So yeah,
Ah, interesting.
that was the biggest fight right now so far, 2017.
Matt, are you into boxing at all?
Not really. No, I watched a little bit when I was growing up, like Lennox Lewis and stuff like that, but
Okay.
not really, not massively.
Yeah. Yeah, no, there's some cool boxers out there that I know just because I kind of do a little research, but like I only know like 4 boxers, honestly.
Yeah.
Like
In
Lomachenko.
England, in Britain,
No, in general.
or in general.
Yeah.
All right.
I only know like 5 of them, but
There's
that's
a big
that's
one.
not a
There-
good thing.
Yeah, there's a David Hay versus Tony Bello.
Never heard of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was
Sorry.
a heavyweight. No, it's okay.
Yeah.
I'm not judging you.
No. I'm
Matt's
just
not
saying
either.
though that's the state of boxing.
No, I get. Yeah, they're
Whereas
it's down right now.
In the 90s, how many
it's flourishing.
everybody knew the boxers in the 90s,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah, it was big. Yeah.
Yeah.
The money got in the way.
On that note, Matt, thank you for coming on.
Hey, thank you for jumping on, brother.
We truly appreciate it. You're a pleasure to talk
No worries.
to.
I really enjoyed talking. Thanks a lot.
Thanks,
Absolutely, man.
Yeah, and good luck on Polaris. Good luck on the more.
If you want to make announcements, you could just jump on for Polaris 5.
Yeah, well, definitely. Well, we've spoken now, so let's. I'd love to come on again. That'd be
Absolutely.
Yeah, man. Let's keep in touch, and like I said, I wish you more success, and we're really appreciative that there's people out there like you that are putting on great events for our entertainment.
Mm-hmm.
Well, thank you very much. We all at Scramble appreciate it, and Polaris. Thank you.
Absolutely,
For sure, man. Have a great day.
Thank you. Yeah, take care. Talk to you soon.
Peace,
See you
brother.
later, man.